Oh, mate. I cannot be bothered doing this podcast. I'm too busy. I just want to quit. I just want to lounge around, do nothing, just sleep. You know, it's just, my life's hard. My life's really hard. You know, I try hard, I work really hard, but nothing good ever happens to me. And I've got to do burpees. I hate burpees.
Dude, shut up. Stop moaning.
He's got a point, hasn't he? So that's what we're talking about today, moaning. If you didn't notice, that was me acting. You know, I took on a character of a typical moaner. So, yeah, just to kind of perhaps maybe exaggerate a little, the kind of moaning that everyone does. And today we are here to tell you that moaning is not good and we don't want to see it under any real circumstances.
Just so hard line.
Yeah,
boom.
I am pretty hard. With coaching, there's few things that I am hard line about. You know, I think in order to be a good coach, you have to be quite adaptive to people. I'm yet to hear a compelling reason for moaning. Have you ever heard a good reason for moaning? No. And that's not to say I never moan.
No.
You've heard
because
me
we're also kind of having a moan about moaning on this podcast.
yeah.
Which is, you know,
just steeped in irony. It's just so meta.
We never moan.
Yeah.
But moaning is so annoying.
Well, what I want to do with this is not moan about moaning, but to get to the root of it.
Okay.
Sorry, it just reminds me, I put this up on Instagram and put up a post saying never ever moan, and I can't remember who it was. I believe someone from the gym. Sorry, I've forgotten who it was. But I try to make my wife moan every night. But keep trying, dude. We're not talking about that kind of moan. We are talking about the kind of whinging, moaning, belly aching that we want to avoid. Sorry, I'm going to get my notes out. I made notes about moaning, my little rant. But yeah, just like I say, I'm yet to hear a compelling reason why moaning is productive. So what is it about moaning for you, Scott, that doesn't make it worthwhile?
Just the impact that moaning has on someone's morale or motivation. If we think about specifically about a training centre, if someone's coming in and moaning about something, that moaning or them talking about or complaining about another topic or something that's bothering them detracts away from them being productive in their session. So we're wasting energy, we're wasting time, which is always like it's an opportunity for them to be able to move closer or further away from their goal, and we've always said that. So when they're moaning, they're actually moving further and further away from where they want to be. They're not moving in a productive or positive direction.
You make it harder, don't you, actually?
Yeah, without doubt, yeah.
Like, particularly mid-workout, if you're like...
Oh, this is hard. Well, yeah, it's supposed to be. Crack on.
Yeah.
Like...
And it makes it harder.
Yeah.
Like, there's
that
the
kind
whole...
of self-think, oh, this is really hard, I'm finding it really hard. Well, yeah, if you keep talking yourself into the fact that it's really hard, guess what? It's going to feel really hard.
It's that, and like a negative thought, even just a thought has a huge impact. But like when you moan, it changes your posture, it changes everything, and that's even connected to how you feel. Like when me and JT did that talk for a bank, we did a big talk, and I drew up I got a picture of any opportunity when England won the Rugby World Cup. It was like a clip of when Johnny kicks the ball over, just like what happens to the postures. Like the England team all open up and get really big, and the Australian team just close down and deflate. Yeah. And I think when people moan in the middle of a session, that they're deflating themselves, they're letting some of that air out.
Yeah. I
always say to my clients when they, in the middle of when they've done in between sets or anything like that, when they're looking exhausted and they hunch over, I'm always like, stand up tall, like act like it's not
bothering you,
like it's not hard, and you will it sets you off on a better motion to make it not feel as hard. I think one of the things that bothers me is it is just ineffective. Like, we can talk about how you want to quit and how you could be doing things better and why everything's against you, but it doesn't get you anywhere. All it does is wind up the other person. Like, no one likes a moaner. No one likes that person, and if you're a product of the people that you are surrounded by, you would want a moaner to not be anywhere near you. Do you know what I mean? And it was something that I found really interesting when we put up the post of never ever moan. Quite a few people said, like, I love a moan, I like this, and I don't believe them. I don't believe that they do like to moan.
It's whether they moaning, venting.
I would say there's a difference.
What's the difference in your head then?
Well, I think you can have a constructive conversation about your feelings, and someone can help you get to the bottom of them.
So you would say that was going to be venting?
Yeah, perhaps, or it's certainly along. I've not thought about that too deeply,
Okay,
but like if you've got frustration and it's stressing you out, talking it through with someone. But if you talk it through with a purpose, you're talking through to get to the bottom of it or to release that, rather than mindlessly going. It's a bit like gossip, isn't it? It's the difference between gossip and then finding out news. Yeah. like it's quite. There's not a hard or fast line, but I think, and it was kind of one of the things that I wanted to talk about. It's like, what could you do instead of moaning? Like, if you find yourself moaning, if you find yourself saying, I do it all the time. I say things, and you're like, what's that shit?
Snap out.
Yeah, no, stop this now. Stop this now. And you have to be really disciplined with it. But like,
I think what you also touched on as well is in terms of surrounding yourself with like-minded people. So if you surround yourself with people that don't like moaning or don't tolerate it. So if I'm moaning, then I know that straight away you're going to be like, dude, stop moaning. Or at least let's try and address this issue and how we can move forward in a positive direction. This is having a negative impact on your mood. Let's try and find the positives and move forwards. I think that's definitely a massive thing.
Yeah, because I don't want to encourage people to bottle things up and not,
But use, I suppose, sorry mate, sorry to cut you off, just what's in my head is using, because a lot of the time moaning comes, like you kind of touched on it, comes from frustrations, but allowing those frustrations to fuel the way you feel in a positive manner. So like, if I'm finding a workout that's particularly hard, or I'm making a lift that feels heavier than it should do, rather than moaning, oh my god, that feels heavy. It's like it shouldn't feel heavy. Like, work harder, or the workout's meant to be hard. Get frustrated with the fact that it feels hard and put a little bit more effort in. To make sense, like allow that to be a fuel for you getting more out of the session, as opposed to allowing that workout to beat you down, and then the moaning to in effect be a catalyst towards you making you feel worse.
Yeah.
So yeah,
like we all step into things where you go, that's gonna suck. Particularly if you have like logbooks and stuff like that, and sometimes you see the numbers that you did last time, and you've got to beat that number, and you're like, oh man, I hope that wasn't a fluke. Like this, or like I remember when I did that last time, I spent a minute on the floor after just trying to feel human again, like trying to breathe, like. And going into that and going, yeah, it's like you kind of said, yeah, it's gonna suck. That's the point. You can moan about it, you can get upset about it, you can get frustrated with it. Try channel that into something more positive. I guess it's negative thinking essentially, isn't it? It's like moaning is just, no one moans. Well, actually, there's nothing worse than someone moaning about like something utterly reasonable, like something good that's happening to them. Oh, my wallet talks. I've stuffed too much cash in it. I mean, I've never had anyone.
My wallet is so heavy. Yeah, my wallet's so heavy. It's so loaded full of cash.
My wife is just so attractive that everyone is hitting on her all the time. My wife is very attractive, but I'm not going to moan about it. I'm just going to get on with it. And yeah, I think people often don't actually realise they moan. I think you can be really productive by just acknowledging the fact that, I'm moaning, and do I want to be the kind of person that moans or be seen as this moaner?
Again, that comes down to also surrounding yourself with other people that are going to tell you to shut your trap and stop moaning and crack on.
But that's what I mean about the people that kind of say, like, I love a moan and things like that. I don't think they do. I don't believe them when they say that. I don't think they like. There's something cathartic about it, obviously. Like, there's something that you get some sort of release. I don't know if you release like dopamine or something because you're just saying what's immediately in your head. I don't know, but you kind of just think you can't possibly enjoy this process or think that the people that you're moaning to are enjoying it as well.
Yeah.
So. Just have a think about that. When I put the post up on Monday, I made a conscious effort this week to not moan. Like, try to steer conversations.
It's funny. One of my clients came in and said, it's you. It said Don't Moan Week at Belf Training, so I'm not going to moan.
But
it's funny. So yeah, Sue, if you're listening, a special mention to you.
Yeah, but yeah,
I'm not going to moan, but this is really hard.
it's difficult. Yeah, it's trying to be constructive with it. I think if we can leave with one thing, but yeah, give it a go for a week. I think it's important that people do it just to acknowledge when they moan. You know, you might find out that you moan a bit more than you would like to put out there.
Yeah.
So if you can steer the conversation into something more positive, like blaming, no, I'm kidding. Excuses, then that would be fantastic. No, it does fall in that kind of trio: blaming, moaning, excuses. I have
just too negative, isn't it?
Yeah, it's too easy. It's too easy. It's too convenient. It would be great if moaning actually helped things. It'd be a really easy way of solving problems.
Yeah, what you've got to do is moan more. That's going to lead you to getting better fat loss results.
Yeah, just energy expenditure. Energy expenditure.
Said no one ever.
There you are. In summary, don't moan. This is our most meaningful, intense podcast I feel we've ever done.
I'd like to think back or count back the amount of times that moaning or moan, the word moaning or moan, has been said in this podcast.
So yeah, if you're really, really bored and you want to go through what now is probably hours of audio and video footage to count that, that'd be much appreciated. With that in mind, actually, whilst I just wrap this up, we've been doing these podcasts on a weekly basis. Every weekday we put up videos, content, things to help you guys and just kind of feed in, start conversations, and it's fun to do as well. We put a lot of time into getting that every week. What would be really appreciated by myself and Scott and the team at Belf Training is if you've got friends that you think would benefit from listening to us moan about moaning, or James put a video up on if your hamstrings are actually tight, or if it's your pelvis. You know, that's great for people that sit down loads. Mike puts up strength things. I'm sure you know someone that wishes they could bench press more or deadlift more or squat more. And we do little nutrition bits. Like, we want to...
Francis' workout of the week.
Every week. Like a free workout that you can do anywhere and just participate in. If you know anyone that's going to benefit from that, if you can share it, that would be awesome.
I think the other thing as well is, until recent times, the pack has always been a closed group, so unable to share content outside of the group. So if you see value in the videos, if you can, share those to your personal feed to make people more aware of the content that's on the pack, and then get them to be able to join the pack and join in the conversation. That would be fantastic.
And likewise, if there's stuff you want to see that we're not doing, drop us an email, drop us a message. Email's info@belftraining.com, but you can drop us a message on Facebook, Instagram, whatever.
Or personal
account. We will do our best to fit it in. But yeah, and the more people we get, the more the pack grows, the more resources we can put into it. And we can get that awesome Nike sponsorship that we're after. We're not. We're
Under Armour.
We're Under Armour. Yeah, cool. So yeah. Oh, the mic's done. Mic drop. That's us for this week. Thanks for listening, and we will see you next week.
See you next week.
Cheers, Huggy.